The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. How you guys doing?
DropTop. Zaza.
Okay.
We gon' pull up in some Tahoes. Fill with my niggas and bitches. They don't get money, the motto. Shredding waves like I'm Otto.
What's up?
I say what's up? Man, sit your ass down.
We're back with a new episode of StyleBeasting podcast after a long hiatus. Back with another new episode 134. Yes, 134. I guess I'll give you a reason why I couldn't really drop that much. Work life was kicking my ass. So since I'm probably the only go-to dude in the deli, they've been working my ass 6 days out the week. And not only that, my girlfriend got sick, so I had to help her get her daughter to school and back. So I just be tired in the morning, and as soon as I get back home, I got like 2.5 hours of sleep. Not even that, because when I get home, my niece is up and ready, and I'm with her, and then I had to go to work. So it's been like that for the past couple of weeks, and I haven't had time to record. But I'm back, and I'm ready to get down.
Hey, yo, what the
I guess I always say this at the end of the pod, but I guess I should start saying it now. Thank you for listening. I know it's far in between how many times I drop it within a month because of like bullshit scheduling and the daily life that I live, but I'm still trying my best to get you guys the pod at least 2 or 3 a month at damn near. And hopefully if shit starts getting better, there's gonna be some new stuff coming. So here's a hoping to that, and yeah, just trying to stay more on the positive tip. Pause. And yeah, I just I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm trying to be more positive, and not saying that I'm negative Nancy all the time, but there are times and spouts where I go like 3 or 4 days with being negative Nancy and then go back to being positive Dell. But
Shut up.
we're gonna move
Shut
the
up.
needle and move the envelope. And another reason why me and my girl have both elevated our business. Well, not to say elevated, I would say officially start our own businesses. Like she has in-home care and I have my designs that I do. And I've been working, and we've both been working on our stuff so we could get it official. Already have the logo, letterhead, business cards. I just got to get the business card and letterhead printed and the flyer. But other than that, StyleBeasting Creative Labs is open to the public, not yet fully. And hold on, what's hers so I can shout her out? Gourmet Legacy Group. Thank God. Her Gourmet Legacy Group, which is basically her in doing in-home care for older people. Also, she does notaries and stuff like that. Like, she's well-rounded and multifaceted, and that's a real word. I had to look it up. I thought it wasn't when I first heard it, but it's actually a real word.
You were wrong.
And yeah, it's just
nasty bitch?
I guess just us working together to build towards something, and have something for her daughter, my niece, and our families for like future generations. Just trying to build future generational wealth any way possible.
Super!
But let's get into the pod. I know it's been a while, so a lot of old stuff I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to speak on. I'm just going to really speak on the new stuff. And we're going to get into some cases. So Smokey Robertson has been not charged, but accused of being, for the past 10 to 15 years, sexually assaulting his maids. And it's a lot of damning accusations that was thrown to him because it's been a long, ongoing process. It wasn't just, excuse me, it wasn't just him getting up, and it wasn't just them getting up and just throwing this out in the universe. This was like, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say Smokey did it outright because I don't like just pointing fingers at niggas without really hardcore evidence. But I don't know. Smokey came up in that era where niggas was wilding every single day. Now I can't just say that and just point the shooting, smoking gun at him. But I don't know. It's a lot of cases getting thrown alongside the Diddy case, the Kevin Lyles case. Like, it's a lot of shit. And niggas to get in trouble for being nasty. And like I already told you, if you got that much money, just pay for it.
Period.
Like, let's stop going through people that we know. And I know it sounds crazy to go for people that you don't know, but damn it. I mean, shit, man. Hey, stop being a weirdo. It's like, if you that horny, go buy some pussy. Don't just like assault like your maid, your girlfriend, or your artist that's on your label or shit like that. Like, bro, like, they're probably better bitches than those stipulations I just laid out. And so you could go out and get pussy. Why would you like put yourself in a predicament where you have to harm somebody to get it? Or yeah, like, why would you do that? Like, that makes no damn sense at all. Like, that's not smart in any situation. So, and Smokey Robinson put out a statement to the Daily Mail, and it wasn't the greatest relinquishing of guilt or telling us that he didn't do it, because he's like 80-something years old, over 80-something years old. And when you read it, the whole statement is just like, he's either that nigga was falling asleep or trying to hide the truth. And since he's like 80 years old, I'm probably going for like he was falling asleep while he was doing it. So yeah, there that goes. But for the Kevin Lyles case, I want to say Jane Doe is suing. Well, she was a former Jane Doe, but she's suing him for $30 million for sexual assault in the like 10 years ago. And he's trying to use past interactions that they had, as in like, oh, she was like always around me, into like making it seem like she was going after him instead of him going after her, which I don't know if that's gonna work, because that's just looking like you're trying to jump ahead of the case and try to get public approval. But I don't know, man. Like I said, if you did anything in the past like 20, 30 years, you going to jail. Well, you're going to court, and you might go to jail, because, bro, like, you can't do that. Like, back in the day when the word consent wasn't thrown around as often, or niggas didn't care about anything, niggas was just going ham, going crazy. Now, was it right? No. But it's gonna get a lot more cases gonna come out, because I think, what's that nigga name that not Rev Run, Russell Simmons? He's still in Bali. That nigga can't come to America, or that nigga's going to jail. And he's gonna do exercises, do Instagram videos from Bali, and he can't come over to America, because if he does, he's going to get arrested immediately. So he's never coming back. So Enjoy Bali if you trying to escape the case. But to the bigger case at hand, the P. Diddy trial. It's getting crazy. It's getting wild. They just added Kid Cudi to the stand, and Kid Cudi was basically telling them it was P. Diddy that blew up my Porsche with Molotov cocktail. That either way, it's still blown up. And this is something I didn't know. P. Diddy went in that nigga house and opened all his Christmas gifts. That is the most pettiest and nastiest thing ever. Not only, well, Cassie gave P. Diddy the codes to get into his house, so that's crazy. But yeah, and there's a whole lot of people playing semantics, saying, "Oh, the car didn't blow up." Nigga, I saw the burn marks. And if it didn't blow up, it still caught on fire. And he cut my roof. Like, you cut the roof of my fucking car.
And it's time to die. So let's get one thing straight. Your vital signs are
locked his dogs up in the bathroom. And then when Kid Cudi addressed him, he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So PD's a monster, man. Like, even if you gonna play semantics, like, "Oh, we don't know if he did this or did that," like, nigga, PD's a monster. It's okay to just say, "Yo, man, he's a monster, he's a piece of shit," and you can't defend it. Now there is gonna be people to defend it, or people like Thug who say Cudi snitched. Now, there are some people who will say Kid Cudi testimony really didn't say nothing. It was all hearsay because he wasn't there when it happened. But I wouldn't call Kid Cudi a rat because he got subpoenaed to do it. It's just, I don't know. I wouldn't call him a rat. And I understand what Thug's saying, because dealing with what he had to deal with the court shit. Anybody, in his eyes, anybody going to the court and just telling shit is a rat to him. Because if it wasn't for Gunner just doing what he did, he would have been like, "Damn, why'd you just jump out of jail like that?" So I understand what he's going for. But at the same time, it's like, you can't really put that on him, because Cudi isn't a street nigga. And he got his shit. And he got his shit robbed, burned, and his dogs got put in the bathroom and locked up. And if, let's say, heaven forbid, freaking his dog sitter didn't come back in time, he would have been fucked. His dogs would have starved in that bathroom all week. Me personally, I think PD needs to go to jail. There's too much coming out that showing that he's a monster. He just doesn't care about human life as long as he has the money and means to do whatever he wants. So a guy like that, and with all that ample money, you definitely need to, like, put him away. Because ain't nothing good gonna come from him on the street with all that money wilding. And if Trump pardons P. Diddy, it's gonna be over. And yeah, so here's hoping that doesn't happen.
Do you understand?
Chris Brown's locked. Well, Chris Brown was locked up I forgot, was it the UK? Yeah, it was one of those British places, and I think it was for him hitting somebody in the head with a wine bottle. Like years ago, and they just got his ass, but they just let him out early because apparently he was supposed to be in past Memorial Day, but he got out early. Now, this is not going to change the Chris Brown comments, like people not liking Chris Brown because of his past actions of hitting Rihanna, and I guess other instances where it seemed like he was just being like, I'm not gonna say an asshole, but Yeah, you could say asshole, or and not what's not aggressor. The aggressor, yeah, he's probably like he's the aggressor in certain instances, and I can be like, all right, I can understand, but it's not like he. Well, other than that one incident with Rihanna and his, I guess you want to say past actions with Karuchi and other women. I guess women don't trust him now. If you don't like Chris Brown, cool, have at it. Now, I'm not saying go out and just start liking Chris Brown because of because I like Chris Brown. I don't listen to his music all the time, but I think Chris Brown has changed and is trying to become a better person. Now, how should I say this? I think people put too much on Chris Brown. Yes, is Chris Brown do some felonious shit? Yeah, but just every time he gets in trouble, you guys gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Chris Brown definitely deserved that." Like, nigga, come on now. Like, bro, have your own kind of like thought pattern because people just won't like. People don't want to give the benefit of the doubt. Like, if Chris Brown gets locked up, people are already like, "Oh man, keep him in jail, man. Fuck that nigga." Like, you don't even know what the hell's going on. He could have been innocent in the whole thing, but because you guys not liking Chris Brown, you immediately put that stigma on him. And yes, is it his own fault for having that stigma on him? Yes, 100%. But can a man change? And this kind of leads to my second topic with Tory. Now, I'm not saying, yeah, it's kind of leads to the topic with Tory because when Tory got locked, well, when Tory got stabbed and I saw the picture of him bleeding, people were like championing it. People were like dancing, try to dance in the street and shit. Not literally, but like on the internet streets. And in my mind, I'm like, that's crazy. Now, I understand because of everybody doesn't like him because he shot Meg. Understandable. Now, and I want y'all to fully listen. I don't want you guys just to go off one sentence. Just let me finish the whole thing. With the new evidence that came out, seeing now when I first found out about Tory and that whole thing, Tory and Meg thing, I thought he shot her literally in the foot. Like I thought he shot her in the foot, and that shit was fucked up. Because I think after that incident, like a month, two later, she was dancing on stage. I'm like, how the hell can she dance? She got like shot in the foot, but it wasn't in the foot. She got like grazed or whatever. Now, again, I'm not saying he shouldn't got in trouble for. Well, I don't even know if he shot her because apparently there's speculation saying that Kelsey, her friend, shot her and Tory just stopped the situation. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's what. Should he have got in trouble for not defending, like going to court and saying that she did it or Kelsey did it? Yeah, because like you not snitching on her fucked you up. Now, granted, somebody got hurt in this whole situation. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh man, nobody should be snitching and somebody should tell the truth. I fully believe, well, I don't know. Well, let me not say fully. I don't know what happened in that car. Even with all the videos and the new videos coming out, I still don't know what fully happened. And I'm only speaking from a place of not knowing, and I'm not saying, and I'm not court appointed lawyer or anything. I'm just going for what they tell me. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the future of Tory because Meg's still flourishing out here. I think she just did DreamCon. She's got a Walmart bikini suit line coming out. So it's like Meg's flourishing. Now, I'm not speaking down on Meg and saying, oh, she's flourishing while he's not. Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like she's finally, well, she's finally in the doing more stuff. I think she's happier now. If what I'm seeing now, now with all this like videos and stuff coming up, it's probably going to affect her mental because everybody's like talking about it. But I feel like more and more stuff's going to come out pretty soon. And here's hoping it's not as damning on both sides or one side, because it probably could get funky and nasty out here in the world. It's shit. Shit don't line up to where it is. And still on courts, freaking those 10 inmates that escaped from, I think, Louisiana, I think 8 of them got picked up, and I think there's only like 2 left. And it's weird too, because they caught 3 of them in a group. One was sleeping at a bus stop. One went back to his home and just changed clothes. I think the other 2 was just doing some bullshit and they found him. So it was like niggas didn't like leave when they should have. And I understand what you just broke out of jail. What the fuck you gonna do? And how you gonna make money too? Unless you're gonna sell dope and just like be on the street, but then you're gonna be wanted for like a long ass time.
Oh, what your ass say, Batman?
But that's like neither here nor there, because they're gonna get those last 2, and I think one of the last 2 guys is the ringleader. So here's hoping. Well, not here's hoping, but let's get them off the street, because before somebody gets hurt or something gets stolen or something bad in general just happens. So let's get them off the street. I think that's it. Last thing. So I know this is late as hell, but I just watched Sinners with my girl, and the movie, if I'm being harsh on it, is an 8. If I wasn't being harsh, it's a 9. Now, everything people said about it is the positive things that people are saying about it is true. It's a good movie. It's a great representation of Black music throughout the years and how it brought people together and just what people were doing in those times. Now, and I want to congratulate everybody who's a part of this film and say it was really good. Michael B. Jordan might win, and Ryan Coogler or something like that might win an award off this, and everybody else too. Now getting to the movie, how the vampires came in, I was like, oh, that makes the Native Americans chasing the white vampire and trying to get them makes sense, because I think in a lot of Native American lore, they were like the monster slayers, and I could be hella wrong, but if I remember right, I think there were Native Americans that in their lore that they killed the monsters that go bump in the night, werewolves, vampires, and shit like that. And the way they were like, being depicted as like, damn, it was a show on Netflix where, well, those were Hispanic people that were fighting demons on that Netflix cartoon, but it's around that same spectrum. And I kind of wanted to see maybe just a little bit more of them. Not saying that the whole movie should be about them, but just seeing like, oh shit, let's double back. And just in case we see them vampire ass niggas. Because if the Native Americans came to help the Black people in the movie, a lot more people could have lived instead of 2. But I'm getting ahead of myself. That white vampire killing those 2 white supremacist vampires was hilarious. Because they were like, oh man, it's a white guy. We can help a white guy out. You gotta turn into a vampire. Now, the movie leading up to, because I want to know how it was gonna lead up to like them all being in that party house, and it was a reasonable, not reasonable, but it made sense. Stacks and Preacher Boy had to get that guy who played the harmonica. His name is escaping me, and that story he was telling about how him and his homeboy got into some money, but the KKK got him because they thought they stole the money and they killed him. It was like I was like, oh shit, this is like even him telling that story was like hard hitting because it was like, oh shit, that's obviously probably that more or less happened probably back in the days, and seeing how when he saw his friends, what's the road crew and those guys in jail who just fixed the road, how he was telling them to keep your head up, don't let your head down, and I was like, oh shit, that was kind of hard hitting. And not as in like hard hitting, like, oh my God, he told the inmates to keep their head up. It was like the fact of like, even in your roughest times, make sure you keep your head up at all times. The party. Well, before I get to the party, this movie was like incredibly horny, even when they had clothes on. And that's another thing too. With clothes on, that being that horny with clothes on is crazy. Because I think Stack's brother got him something from the dark skinned lady. Preacher Boy ate out that woman who was married. Smoke fucked his wife. Stacks fucked that mixed girl that ended up turning into a vampire. It was a lot of horny stuff going on in the movie, even though it was like 3 or 4 scenes. My man Cornbread got done super dirty. Like they did him filthy. Even when Smoke shot him in the face, he did him filthy, and he regenerated. But the vampires, the white vampires coming up and singing to the black people to get in, that was probably the worst song I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like bar none. Even watching it, if I was in that movie, I would have told them niggas to get the fuck off. But that song is horrible. It was horrible. Like if you ever watched Sinners or people who have watched Sinners, if you heard that song, it was like, that shit I can't get jiggy with it. You were 100% right. That shit was ass from beginning to end. Now, I want to give props to the white girl who was with Stacks. Her going out there with a pistol and seeing how they were, if they were trying to get some KKK members in so they could kill him. That was crazy. That was brave. I'll give her that. Even though she ended up being a vampire and turned Stacks into a vampire, she still went out there with the blicky and tried to get rid of him. Now, when she became a vampire, and that's when the shit started hitting the fan, because she dipped out, she turned Stacks into a vampire, and then Cornbread got, and then out of nowhere, it just started going to hell in a handbasket. Now, when I'm trying to think, was Remy talking to them before they did that damn Irish step or before? I want to say before, when they were talking before. And side note and spoiler, Remy told Smoke and Stack that, well, he saw the memories from Smoke and from Stack. I get him confused. That that guy that they bought the farm for works for the KKK, and he was gonna come back and kill him in the morning. So kudos for Remy for telling him that. So he's not super evil, because if he was super evil, he would never have told you that and gave you the hint to drop low on the damn white supremacists. But that's for later. That Irish step group dance was kind of scary and crazy, because if you just see like a gang of vampires, because I just thought it was going to be like maybe 10 vampires. I didn't know that them fucking niggas, well, those white guys got all those black people and got them all because initially everybody just dipped out and left. Apparently, them niggas got. And it would make sense because if you got 4 fast ass vampires, well, 5 counting cornbread, you got 5 niggas, take out 5 people, quick, fast, and hurry, get those 10 to take out. Yeah, it's just gonna multiply and multiply. Now, the one part of the movie that got me mad was the Asian lady. Now, I understand fully. They're night creatures. They're going to go into town, kill your daughter, and you're going to be mad. 100% mad. And them speaking your native tongue to, like, say, hey, we know what you like. We know everything about you, and we're going to, like, literally kill your daughter. That was crazy. But her telling the vampires to come on in was the stupidest shit ever. Like, it was like 7, 8 niggas, which should have been only 5. No, it was 10 people, 10 good guys. When, if you remember the garlic scene, there was only like 6 or 7 that ate the fucking garlic. I don't know where the other 3, 4 niggas came in, but an army of vampires versus 10 regular people. The Asian lady, even though she started all this bullshit, she went out like a G. She stabbed her husband while still on fire, still stabbing him and killing him. That was the mellowest shit ever. So even though she fucked up and put him in a bad predicament, I'll still give you points on doing that. Smoke's wife, I think she offed herself, if I'm not mistaken. So she wouldn't become a vampire because she was into that hoodoo stuff, that she knew about everything about the vampires and stuff. So I was like, all right, she obviously has to like go because she probably knows too much. And she'll want to like give them all the sauce. So what's that actor name? I forgot. He was the damn guy played the harmonica. Fuck, what? I gotta look this up. And now I'm mad because I know what he's been in.
This old nigga is old enough to be my dad.
But I don't know his name. DeRoy Lindo. Okay, Delta. So Delta Slim, when he slit his wrist and had those vampires get on him, I was like, Jesus Christ. That's when the movie, well, no. When the Asian lady got set on fire, that's when the movie started going downhill. Because it was like, okay, we lost one relatively fast. Delta had like 20 on them. I think the girl that freaking Preacher Boy slept with, she got turned, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? And it just kept on, and they kept on losing people. Now, granted, they were taking something with them, but like, it was a loser battle because Smoke and Stat were fighting, and Stat was getting whooping his ass. And what's that girl's name? Mary. When Mary saw that Annie, yes, her name's Annie. When Annie died, you could see the humanity in her still, because obviously nobody wanted that to happen. They wanted them to be vampires and be family forever. But later in the fight, freaking Remy start beating on Preacher and gave him that scar on his face, which the beginning of the movie definitely, I thought the beginning of the movie was going to go the way I thought at the end. So back to the fight. Everybody's getting asked, well, I think there's only Preacher and Smoke left. And Preacher Boy led Remy to the damn water. And Remy was just telling them, hey, we're going to be a family. Hey, we're going to be unified. Which, in a sense, Remy was right and wrong. He wanted them to be unified and be together, but under his ideals. It wasn't under everybody else's ideals, because being under a hive mind basically means everything we think and it's just like under complete surveillance. Jesus Christ.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
And seeing how, because I thought freaking when Smoke and Stack were fighting, I thought Smoke was gonna get killed, but Stack ended up letting him live, and freaking what's my man's name? Yes, Smoke stabbed Remy in the back, and the sun came up, and all the vampires died. Now, all those vampires that died, or people that died in general because of the alpha, are dead. Now that's a big ass stain when niggas wake up in the morning like, hey, why ain't dad here? Why mom ain't here? They might be dead. Now, Preacher, now Smoke sent Preacher on his way to tell him to go home because he still remembered that him and his brother hid some stuff in a truck, and it turns out it was armament and guns because they were both in the military. And remember, Remy told them the KKK is coming back up here to kill you guys in the morning. Now, what Smoke did was take a Tommy gun, cleaned out a good portion. Actually, he cleared out all of them KKK members except the guy who he bought it. Well, no, he clipped him, and he got clipped too in his side and died. Well, not before killing the guy who sold him the land. But it was like kind of this. I feel like he could have patched it up, but after all the shit he went through, he probably was like, man, I'm done. Like, in one night, I lost my woman, my brother, my sister-in-law, and friends, and just friends of random people that just came to the club to have fun, and it just turned into a night of death. Like, there's only 2 niggas that survived that entire, well, 4 when I tell you the end. 2 niggas survived the entire night. Everybody. Now, when Preacher Boy gets home, because this is what happened. This happened in the beginning. He got out of the car bleeding, went to see his father, who is a preacher, and who originally told him, hey, that music is going to bring the devil that you play. And funny enough, that happened. Now, I thought he was going to go into be a preacher and live his life in the church. Turns out that man got in that car and boned out and became a famous musician. Now, at the end of the movie, a security guard tells him, hey, you got 2 people that want to see you, and they just walk in. It's Stack and his girlfriend who returned to vampires. Turn to find out, they dipped off and fled the scene before the alpha. I guess they fled the scene before the alpha's mental reach, because if you kill the alpha, you obviously die. But I think they were out of the reach and got the sun in time, so they didn't die. And they basically told them that, hey, I was told not to come near you, but I had to come check you out. And they basically told them they loved them and went about their day. Now, the movie was good. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. The movie was good. The only scene I didn't like was the whole Preacher Boy and the whole generation of music coming in. I understood the premise, but I was like, eh. So I all of it, I gave it a 9. It's still a really good movie. So you definitely should check it out. I think by the time you even hear this, it might be on digital Blu-ray or something by this time. So yeah. But at the beginning of the pod, let's start into the music.
I am the music.
So in the past recent weeks, Joey Badass has been putting foot to ass to West Coast rappers, including Rayvon, Daylight, and now Absol. So I'm not gonna go through all the tracks, because at the end of the day, it's really just a wash. Like, Daylight's a great battle rapper. Let me get that out before I say anything. Daylight, great battle rapper. When it comes to diss records, that shit was dog nuggets. That shit was ass as fuck. Rayvon has some good bars, but he was leaning too much on that P. Diddy line or that P. Diddy, like, what's what I'm trying to say? The P. Diddy focus bars, and you really can't say that he been hanging around P. Diddy because Kendrick Lamar was been hanging around P. Diddy. Shoot, even freaking Kendrick Lamar is saying a song that P. Diddy is my cousin, so it's like, what are we leaning on? And I think, what was it? The last Joey diss track. Because he ain't going to be dissing you guys forever. Because he has to go home, do Power, and go home to his fiance or wife. And you niggas is just, if I'm barring you up, if I'm beating 20 niggas to 1, I definitely ain't going to be like dissing y'all niggas forever. And Absol came out with this whack ass diss, man. That shit was ass. I don't give a fuck what no nigga say. No. You could say, oh, you didn't understand the double entendres. Nigga, double these nuts. No. Fuck out of here. I tried to listen to that shit like multiple times trying to find out what is he trying to go for. And all he said was he's trying to bring he don't make me bring Black Hippie back so I can show y'all niggas how it is. And he's gonna slap academics. And I'm like, all right, bro. That whole slap academics bar or lines is getting old now. Because unless you niggas really gonna slap him or go to his house and G-check him, then shut the fuck up. You guys are just talking. And the Knicks lost. So I guess you won't really be seeing any like Knicks flips going into these bars anymore, which I probably wouldn't see that anyways. But yeah, Joey won. The only person that I really fear for him is Game and Kendrick. Anybody else is like getting washed. If you go in like Absol did TDE, then you might as well go ahead and pack it up because that shit ain't gonna hit. Speaking of not hitting, Bobby Shmurda might be broke. And I'm not judging him because he still has way more bread than me. I'm just saying it's not looking the greatest. He hasn't dropped any new music in like years since he first got out. It's not hitting the same. And I think we tried to do a concert and cancel it because of low ticket sales, which that's happening a lot more lately. I forgot who else had that too. I don't know. But yeah, everybody's having low ticket sales and that shit's like hitting hard. And I think he was online selling a watch too. So it's like, cuz trying to sell a watch. That just screams, oh, that nigga, he ain't got that bread because he got to sell that watch. Which, hey, we all fall on hard times sometimes. And I'm not judging anybody for falling on hard times. It's just, everybody goes through shit. And it's sad that we have to acknowledge that. But yeah, here's hoping for Bobby Shmurda. I know it's like, oh, let the rich get richer. But at the same time, you wouldn't want nobody in your situation. Let's say you were low on bread and you had to sell some stuff. You wouldn't want anybody saying, oh, that nigga's a bum ass nigga. They ain't gonna get no money. Like, wait a minute. You don't want niggas be on the street broke with nothing. So let's not do that. Cardi B is in the news again for hanging out with Stephon Diggs after leaving the Offset, which is funny because Stephon Diggs is a worse. Well, let me not say worse. He has more hoes than Offset. Well, how should I say? He gets more hoes than Offset because that's all pro money to rapper money. And I'm not saying Offset's broke, but we're comparing football players to rappers. It's night and day, unless you're like Brick Man. But yeah, it's been a whole bunch of Cardi B and Stephon Diggs videos hitting the timeline. They're just having fun, hanging out with pink. I think it was like pink cocaine or some shit, which is crazy as a still in the league player pulling that out while being videotaped. And Offset is taking out spousal support out of her, which me personally, I understand why he's doing it. It's still kind of lame, but I understand it. Because you don't want to, like, if she's balling and doing all this stuff and having all this fun while I'm just like, just chilling. Because not saying the hoes could find a girl, a woman that's like Cardi B, you're going to have to find like a good woman and not just be out here for the hoes. Like, if you find a good woman, you're fine. But obviously, Offset's not going to go for that. Go for it, like find a regular good woman. She's going to find like a baddie. And baddies sometimes are hoes. And it's gonna never end the cycle. Now, him like I said, taking spousal support out on her is crazy. But if she's out here partying and she has sole custody of the kids, and every day I see you, you're out partying, who's taking care of the kids? Abuela? Somebody has or your mom. Well, no, that would be grandma or great grandma. Like or your aunt. Somebody's looking after the kids. And if you're out here partying on boats, what am I doing? And if I'm paying child support, I'm not about being hell no. Now I'm even thinking about it. Matter of fact, I'm all on that on his side. You ain't gonna be out here balling. Well, and asking, and I had to pay child support, and you just out here just throwing ass and showing your very, very great areolas. Like, bro, I have no idea why she shows her areolas so much, but they're beautiful. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. You're not hearing me talk about areolas.
Very naughty.
But yeah, it's weird. I don't like being in niggas' business like that. It's just wild out here in these streets of love, and it's the summer too, so it's about to be a lot more of this shit happening. Because the summer's coming. When the summer comes, sun's out, buns out, and it just gets harder and harder to stay committed when there's ass everywhere. Not speaking for me, I'm just speaking for everybody else. But aside from the music bullshit, some good music dropped. Emotional Oranges dropped Orangey. It's 11 songs. I just now get to it. Hold on, when did it drop? Oh, this dropped like the 16th. I'm just now getting to it. Let's see, 11 songs. I'm definitely going to check it out because it's still under Rory's. And I always fuck with Emotional Oranges, even after he left the pod. Blast dropped an unreleased EP. It's 4 songs. Gotta check that out. Leon Thomas dropped the Mutt Deluxe Heal. Let's see. Disc 1 is 14. Disc 2 is 9. So 23 songs altogether. Out the Blue with Benji Bluebills and Binks. I think only song I heard on here was A Rage. And I think it's 11 songs and no, it's 9 songs. And it's 9 songs. Yeah, it's 9 songs. Community Service EP with DC 2 Trill. 4 songs. Damn, people really dropping like real EPs. Because normally in EPs people do like 8. But now niggas is really just giving you 4. And DC 2 Trill is probably my favorite artist out of Concrete Boys. So I definitely fuck with that, and I'm definitely going to give those a listen to. I got some Cooking Soul albums, and if you don't know who Cooking Soul is, he's a producer, and the Michelin Man, I got that album. It's 10 songs. I really got it because Primo Rice and Tony Snow's on this album, but I think I'm gonna give it more to listen to and find some more hits in here. Let's see. Oh, Playboy Max dropped 5 Forever. And I only listened to one of the songs, seven. Yeah, and I like it. Most people said they didn't like it, but knowing how people are, knowing how weird people are when it comes to music, it's probably a good album, but it's not to their liking because they want to hear Jadakiss bars the whole time. And I'm not shooting at Jadakiss. I'm just saying sometimes I want to hear West Side Gun, sometimes I want to hear Lil Yachty. And I'm not the people that complain about listening. Oh man, somebody throw on some. Now it has to be a good Scared the Hoes music. Like I said before, if it's good Scared the Hoes music, I'm all for it. But if you gonna play some ass Scared the Hoes music, then I ain't rocking with it. Yeah Ali dropped the EP. It's 5 songs, and Yeah Ali is definitely is an R&B guy. So I know this is the Hoes music, and it's a brown skinned beauty on the cover, so I know it's for the Hoes music. And I think that album I've been waiting for, Train Spotting with Rome Streets and Conductor. Was it Rome Streets? No. It was Boldy James. I was waiting for, but I still fuck with Conductor, so I know that this album is really good. And like I said, I'm a real big Griselda guy, so I definitely fuck with this shit. But I think that's it on music. Oh no, I'm wrong. So spider webbing windshields with Nicholas Caven and Boldy James. I knew I wasn't tripping. So yeah, that's the Boldy James song I was looking for. But yeah, it's definitely really good. So definitely check it out. I think that's it for music. So let's get into the game portion. And I'm gonna make this real fast too, because I think I got I don't think I got that much left. So I'll make that the gaming side fast. So Expedition 33 is still a sick game. I haven't got it yet. I'm going to get it. And bro, that game is just so good. It's just like Persona to the upteenth with the pairing system. And like I said, I already spoke about Expedition 33. I'm just saying, like, every time I see this game, it just brings joy in my heart. But I'm playing Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm at the final boss, but I'm collecting more and more demons or personas because I don't know. I think I was so focused on the fighting, I wasn't focused on like the story or the side stories, because the side stories gives you more demons to unlock or personas to unlock. And I was just like, oh man, I gotta get this. And I think I'm like 60% through on getting the demons. I'm just like had to beat the final boss, and the final boss is like 5 niggas in one fight, and I'm definitely not in the mood for fighting 5 niggas. Tekken 8 has shown 2 new characters for the season 3. I think we're like got one slot left, and we already know Fakuran was coming, but we got a trailer now. And let me tell you, this dude is way beefier than I thought. Pause. So if he unlocks his heat gauge, he gets like, I want to say like more. It's a more powered up red version of himself, and he does like more damage. And he has a low block. He has a low parry into like a crushing blow. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I wish it was Bruce, because now I'm looking at him, I'm like, damn man, we could have Bruce for this. Now, mind you, people were excited. Well, people were like, "Oh shit, it's Fakurama got some good shit," but it wasn't like a crowd hitter like the next character I'm about to tell you about. And when I was looking at, I'm like, okay, going from Tekken 7 to this, you can see that they added more to him. I feel like Tekken 7 was his introduction. So when we put him in Tekken 8, we can give him all the stuff. Because Tekken 7 didn't have a heat gauge. It didn't have all this other stuff to it. It was just a regular Tekken game. Just with supers now. But now they have like more stuff to it. And I fuck with that. But when they announced Armored King, that's when the crowd got crazy. Which I understand because it's Armored King. Now, they did Armored King out in some gold Radon shit from Elden Ring. And I'm like, okay, this is hard. Now, they didn't show gameplay of it. The only thing they showed is that he's breathing fire. Which I don't think he breathed fire in the previous ones. It was always poison. So now instead of fire breath, he has poison breath. And I don't have Tekken 8. But I definitely, if I did, I definitely would try to play Armored King. Because I definitely want to see how that plays. Because I like Armored King, but his boost is just King with just, I guess, more aggressive wrestler moves. Like Armored King is a dirty wrestler, and King is just like a wrestler. I think that's it for games. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for games. So I told you it was gonna be quick, but let's get into the anime portion. So for the anime side, we got a lot of stuff coming in July. Like there's a lot of anime. Dun season 2 trailer has came out. I think the final trailers came out, if I'm not mistaken. And for the people who read Dun, it showed Okurun and Evil Eye fighting. I think this is going to be the fight. This starts Okurun's training session because Evil Eye ain't nothing to play with. Like, I ain't gonna be lying to you. It wasn't until I think Okurun trained a little bit. Well, no, I'm trying to think. He beat him in this arc. It was after they get back from Genji's home. That's when he beats him. Yeah, that's when he beats him. Because I think Okurun has to go fight what's the nigga name? Beethoven and his homies in the school. I know that sounds crazy, but he actually did. And then that's when he beats Evil Eye. But this was where Junji gets possessed. We found the backstory. Those weird island people tried to feed Okurun, Genji, and Asa to that giant volcano worm. And from the looks of it, I think they beat the worm. Yeah, because they're running through because Genji is carrying everybody and the worms running through the house. So yeah, we see that. Now, on the poster, we see Godzilla. We don't see the nerd kid, but I think we might see them. I don't know. They're not going to show us everybody in the first core because that'd be crazy too. But I think from that poster to when I saw Godzilla in the corner, I think we're going to get to the kaiju arc. Well, close to the alien invasion arc as we possibly can. Sakamoto Day season 2 is dropping, and it's the arc where we fight the old man. And now I like that arc because we can see the nigga with the hammer that. So the people who cook. The meat hammer that you tenderize, the tenderizer, there's some dude who carries a long tenderizer hammer and be killing niggas. I like that guy, so I definitely want to see that. And I thought that was Sakamoto from his younger youth, which it might be, but I don't think so. But I don't read Sakamoto, so I don't know where the fuck what's going on. Like after they get Sniper Dude, I stopped reading.
Move this man!
And I just watched it. So I don't know what's going on for Sakamoto Days. people say is still good, and they still hype it up. So I'm guessing it's still good. And I think Sakamoto Day Season 2 drops the 3rd of July, and Dandadan Season 2 drops the 14th of July. I can't pronounce his name. It's like Gachikita. It's the same is one of the guys who helped write Fire Force. Is so basically explaining it. Is a kid who lives on top of this island. They throw him down into this garbage pile, and he has to like find a way back up while also helping his friends they met at the bottom of his garbage heap. Now I literally can't. I can't pronounce the name at all, and I guess I have to wait till the anime comes out so somebody actually pronounces it because I can't. But yeah, it's really good. I'm 2 years behind on it, and it's still going. So it's really good. I have to check up on it. I think I was on chapter like 30 before I start reading it, and I had to catch up on that one. I think I might be wrong, but I saw a post on Fire Force where they showed the Asian lady, the real Asian lady. And I almost cried because I'm like, this is exactly where we need to be. Because if y'all know when we see the Asian lady, all shit hits the fan. That's all. Like right now, I think we just met Arthur's parents and found out that his dad is crazy just like his son, but he's not crazy. So I definitely want to. Fire Force gets really crazy. I just want to see when Shira goes to the past. Past. Which that should be coming up soon. It should be. Because I don't know if we see him go to the past first, then the Asian lady, or it's Asian lady, then he goes to the past. I don't know. The past, then goes to the future. Yeah. So I don't know. I pray to God Fire Force still, because Fire Force is supposed to come back out in January after it's done with this season. So if it ends in August, well, I'll say if it ends in July, like the first week of July, we will only have 5 months to wait, 5 or 6 months to wait. So we could wait 6 months for a whole new season, for the final season, which is going to be crazy that they show all the fights in that. Which the last season is nothing but fights, to let you guys know. So if you guys are like, oh man, is it going to be mainly story, no fights? Literally, this arc is fighting, nothing but fighting. And speaking about arc about fighting, One Piece has showed Tony Chopper. And I guess you wonder about about the fighting thing. Drum Island there was a lot of fights because Luffy fought the Snow Rabbits, Dalton. Oh, what's that nigga name? He's with Morgan and Lily right now in One Piece. Oh, fuck.
That's okay. Take your time.
Wapol. Jesus Christ. Wapol. I forgot. I haven't heard that name I haven't read that name for weeks. No, year. Yeah. You get to see Tony Chopper and Wapol in Drum Island. And we just saw the trailer for Tony Chopper. And I will say, that is probably the best rendition of Chopper that we are going to get for the One Piece live action until the 2-year time skip. But before I get any further, mark my words, they're doing the exact same thing they should have done in the One Piece manga. Tony Chopper should have started off as the little fucking cute reindeer in the 2-year time skip. And then he became that big brown reindeer in like part 1. Now I understand you niggas weren't thinking at that time of doing that, but in my mind that made no sense. Chopper was like a 5-year-old kid when we saw him, and post time skip that nigga's like 3 years old, 2 years old. I'm like, what the fuck, that nigga? How you get smaller and your hat got bigger? That makes no fucking sense. But I feel like they're going the correct way, where we're seeing Chopper as the kid and then he'll evolve in the 2-year time skip. But Voice really good. It sounds just like the new the post time skit Chopper. That little catchphrase he has where he tells guys you're an idiot and starts dancing around because he was embarrassed by getting praised. They kept it. They changed it a little bit. They kept it, but it's still cute. I don't know what people were thinking of what Chopper's going to look like. Honestly, people who complain about what Chopper looks like, they don't think I would say this. I don't know any other CGI reindeer that they could have done to look like this. Honestly, this looks like the second Sonic we got instead of the first. And you damn sure better be lucky we got second Sonic instead of first Sonic on Chopper. Because now, if we would have gotten like those choppers that people have been drawing up, those like, not the good ones, I'm talking about the weird ones, then we would have been fucked. Because now we had to see what Hammer Point looks like. And people say it's just The Rock with antlers. I hope it's not The Rock with antlers. I pray to God it's not The Rock with antlers. And I want to see how Monster Point. See, that's what I'm talking about. When we get past Alabasta, that's when I'm going to be confused. Well, actually, matter of fact, when we get to Alabasta, I'm going to be confused. Because there's a lot of fights, a lot of not paramecias, what them niggas called? Logia types. And I don't know. They might be doing the Logia types justice. I had to see Smoker and Crocodile first. If I see their attacks and it looks good, I'm sold. And Ace too. Which they never announced Ace for this season. Which I'm scared too. But that's neither here nor there. If Oda's behind it, Oda's not gonna fuck us over.
Correct!
What else is out? I'm watching Windbreakers, and I think I can finally say Windbreakers is probably a better vigilante, a better delinquent anime than Tokyo Revengers, only in the aspect of fighting and these action scenes, because Tokyo Revengers had a lot of bad action scenes, but I haven't seen a bad action scene in Windbreakers at all. So I don't know what to tell you. What else is coming out? To Your Eternity season 3 is coming out, which I'm gonna try to watch it. I promise you, I'm gonna try to watch it. But God, man, I want to see that little girl die, man. I'm already tearing up now because that little girl didn't have to die, man. That little girl didn't have to die. And then I was on Facebook and I saw somebody post the main character talking in full fucking sentences. And I only watched like the first couple episodes and that nigga never talked. That nigga having a full dialect and telling you ain't shit in layman's terms. I was befuddled. I'm like, all right. What did I miss? 1, 2. I'm gonna segue into the manga right now. So because of it, To Your Eternity. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. And To Your Eternity, the manga is officially done today. So I'm like, damn. And because season 3 has already been announced, because he's in the present time where there's like TVs and big ass banners and stuff, and I'm like, nigga, what the fuck happened? Last thing I remember was him talking to some girl and kicking her off the boat, and then now he's in the future. Now I'm like confused as fuck. Now I want to see how he gonna interact with humans in the future, which I don't know how he got to the future. Because if he was just living and seeing people develop with the time, he should be fine. But if he just like jump forward in the future, he's not gonna be fine at all. But here's hoping I have to read the manga, because if the manga's done, that means that means they gonna go hard with this anime. Because there's no time, we don't have to wait. There's no we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Nah, we done. Book done. I'm final page out, done. Put it in the anime. Boom. So that's really good. I really fuck with that. And I had to check it out because I think on the cover he's happy. So I'm like, okay, something good happened. Thank God. Oh my God, man. Please. I don't mind reading depressing manga, but Jesus Christ, man, it can't always be depressing. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. And speaking of that, Embers, the soccer manga got his volume 1 release. Now, the cover is a little confusing to most people if you don't look at it right away. It's the main character in a cutout of a soccer ball. Now, you can't really see the soccer ball because of how close how zoomed in it is on the picture, but I feel and hope that the later volumes are more expressive of the soccer ball instead of like close in zoom in. But for the chapters that's out right now, it's really good. It's really like giving me haiku vibes with Blue Lock, and I'm really fucking with that. If haiku and Blue Lock are really good sports mangas, so take it from a little bit of both into your manga, that already tells me you guys are gonna go up. I think they're on chapter 13 right now. So volume 2 should be coming out readily soon. And speaking of well, no, I can't do that. Well, speaking of two mangas which have become my 2 new favorites, New Exorcist and Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi have been around for their year anniversary, which is a blessing in disguise. But I think Kyoshi is taking the spot of New Exorcist, because New Exorcist got a color page. New Exorcist didn't get a year anniversary page just like Kyoshi did, but it's still going. I think it's gonna be at chapter 100 pretty damn soon, or if it's not at. But I think they're both going to live through, because Kyoshi's still going good, thank God, because I don't want to get axed. Oh, also, Ortho the Flame, really good. Really good. It's giving me, I think it was the author wrote this Robin Hood-esque short manga, and I think it's looking like that one. Now, excuse me, I didn't read the first one before this, Ortho the Flame, but it's really good. Like, it's a guy who can use fire spirit and make weapons out of it while burning himself. It's really fucking cool. You guys gotta check it out. There's another manga I can't pronounce. It starts with a G. It's not, I can't fucking pronounce it. Damn it, I gotta start learning how to pronounce these things. But what else is new? What else? Oh, Heroes, the last manga, Heroes Organization. I think it's on chapter 38 or 40. Beautiful. It's a great revenge story. I think I'm gonna wait for the next 5 chapters to do a review on it. But thank you guys for listening to the pod. I really appreciate it. I'll be back with more episodes. Say la vie. Peace.
どう攻める？外側じゃ絶対逃げねえ。インに行け！